Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And Shalom to all the brothers doing the work sincerity and truth. Um, let me read this, just to start. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is, that's more or less what I went to hit. That mark, which is what? That chip, the implantable microchip that's gonna go in your hand or your forehead. Now, got this on CNBC. Elon Musk's NEURALINK explains how a monkey uses brain-computer tech to play Pong. Okay. So NEURALINK, the brain-machine interface company founded by Tesla CEO Elon Musk, has published a YouTube video of a macaque monkey called Pager, playing the video game Pong with its mind. The 3-minute 27 video shared by Musk on Twitter late Thursday appears to show the monkey controlling a computer with its brain activity. Okay, let me open this one. Because I was watching it, I was like,
This is Pager. He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a NEURALINK placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet. He's learned to interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw. We can interact with the NEURALINKs simply by pairing them to an iPhone, just as you might pair your phone to a Bluetooth speaker. The links record from more than 2,000 electrodes implanted in the regions of Pager's motor cortex that coordinate hand and arm movements. Neurons in this region modulate their activity with intended hand movement. For example, some might become more active when he moves his hand up, and others when he moves it to the right. By recording from many neurons and feeding their activity into a decoder algorithm, we are able to predict Pager's intended hand movements in real time. First, we calibrate the decoder by recording neural activity as Pager uses the joystick to move a cursor to targets presented on the screen. As he's playing this game, we are wirelessly streaming, in real time, the firing rates from thousands of neurons to a computer. Using these data, we calibrate the decoder by mathematically modeling the relationship between patterns of neural activity and the different joystick movements they produce.
So, it's funny because it's like Esau's. It really shows, he's looking to get this thing in, man. He's been laboring for his kingdom, man. He's been laboring for what he desires, and it's them brain chips. That's part of it, man. That's a factor. And this is something I remember fucking forever ago. Well, now it feels like forever. I was like, what, 2018? I remember forever ago when he first announced it, because it was like, I think he just did Tesla, then he started SpaceX, which have been, blowing up rockets all over America for a minute, and NEURALINK, more I think at the same time, and then what NEURALINK and SpaceX, and it's like SpaceX, you kind of been seeing the flights, but you didn't really have anything happening with NEURALINK for a while. They were like, I think they just kind of were off doing their thing, they said, oh, you know, we're looking to get to the point where you can download a brain and all these different kind of things, interfacing with the brain. I remember I did a video on that way back, and then they kind of shut their doors and did their thing. Then they come out with what? With the brain chip and the pig and a monkey, and now they got, you know, other monkeys as well. Just showing, you know, Esau's been doing it, and it's not for fucking monkeys. This is being developed. This is for people, which is why I read Revelation 13:16. That mark is it's gonna be pushed on the people, man, and that's gonna be made mandatory. And it's like, hey, if you take that mark, you're gonna be destroyed according to the scriptures. Simple as. Well, really only applies if you're a Jake. If you're so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, then it applies to you. If not, then just, you know, go nuts. So, okay, let me play a bit more.
After only a few minutes of calibration, we can use the output from the decoder to move the cursor instead of the joystick. Pages still moves the joystick out of habit, but as you can see, it's unplugged. He's controlling the cursor entirely with decoded neural activity. Our goal is to enable a person with paralysis to use a computer or phone with their brain activity alone. Because they wouldn't be able to move a joystick, they would calibrate the decoder by imagining hand movements to targets. One of the things the NEURALINKs allow Pager to do is to play his favorite video game, Pong. To control his paddle on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed the joystick altogether. Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty and see how well Pager can play with the NEURALINK.
Yes, it's it shows. Hey, look, Esau is been working on his shit, man. Because what it says, hey, he's wiser than Daniel. So yeah, that's these things have been spoken about for the longest, man. The apostles on down, it's been spoken about for the longest time, and now you're seeing it manifest, man. Now you're seeing it manifest, and that's why that's why I was laughing earlier, because I was just like, it's funny, like if you know if there's still clowns out there. Whoa, if there's clowns out there that are saying you know, it's the mark of the beast, isn't a implantable chip. You know, we're not in that time. Well, even though they're saying that we're not expressly saying they're not in that time. If they're not dealing with the prophecies and end times, they don't really know what's going on, man. They don't really know what like how evident it is. This is it, man. Shit's getting ready to go completely out there. And that's why it is. It's that new it's that time that's never been before. But yeah, you know, them brain chips are getting developed. The thing is people are gonna be eager to jump on this, man. They're gonna see him. Oh wow! It's like I was talking to some people in the world, and they're talking about, oh yeah, you know, you're gonna have Google just in your mind. You're gonna have access to unlimited data, AI, blah blah. These guys are thinking of like some cyberpunk future, but they don't realize all those all the movies. They're all post-apocalyptic, man. They're expressions of like what it allows the elite to have that total control. They're living a good life, like Altered Carbon, man. The elite were able to access all the benefits and goodies of having unlimited money, unlimited life, all these different things. Then the people on the bottom were still on a piece of shit level. And that's how these elites are gonna have it, man. Your brain chip's gonna be there for them to exert control and basically make you stay in line. You got a line, then He's he's dreaming of like what's that movie Gamer? The Gamer with what's his face? Thingy from 300, man. Oh, that Scottish bastard. Gerard Butler, that's the one. Gerard Butler in Gamer, where it was what you had Dexter as well. I don't even know his name. Dexter was the villain, and he had a chip that could send out that could basically send out signals that it could control, and then everyone else had receiving ones. So all the other guys, all the other Gerard Butler and the other gamers, they would be, and pretty much everyone else that had them, they would be under control, and then he would just be able to be like, hey, make them do what they do. And that's the thing is this is who you if you're excited for this, you're looking to jump on it, then well, and you're a Jake, then it's you don't realize who it is you're getting in bed with, man. Because in fact, what is it? So is it 51? I'm thinking of. Nah, I think it's 55. Okay. Yeah, Psalms 55 and 20. He have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah. This is when you're dealing with Esau. He's got them smooth words, and that's what they say in the video. They hope that the technology can help people, who are paralyzed. They can be able to use a computer with their mind. And that's the thing, is it's being sold like, oh, it's gonna be so good, so so righteous. You don't realize it. Whenever Esau develops these things are being developed with devious intent. It's all about that devious intent, man. That's how Esau gets down. And that's, look at his track record, man. So this is what okay. So the 3-minute 27 video shared by Musk on Twitter late Thursday appears to show the monkey controlling a computer with its brain activity. A monkey is literally playing a video game telepathically using a brain chip, Musk wrote on Twitter. In the video, a narrator attempts to explain how Pager is able to play Pong with his mind. The 9-year-old monkey, which had 2 NEURALINK devices put on each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago, learned how to use a joystick to move a custom targets on a screen in exchange for a banana smoothie delivered for a straw, the narrator says. Okay. He goes on to explain that the company's Link devices recorded Page's neuron activity while he interacted with the computer. This was possible due to more than 2,000 tiny wires implemented in the regions of 2,000 tiny wires implanted in the regions of his motor cortex that coordinate hand and arm movements, the narrator said. This data was then fed into a decoder algorithm to predict Page's intended hand movements in real time. Once a decoder, blah blah blah, it's explaining all the shit that happened in it. So I said, in August, Neuralink conducted a live demo of its technology on 3 pigs. An audience was shown in real time neural signals from one of the pigs, which must name Gertrude, headquartered in San Francisco. Neuralink ultimately wants to increase the rate of which information can flow from the human brain to a machine. While the technology is still in its infancy, Neuralink hopes that its devices will soon allow paralyzed humans to use their minds to operate machines. So yeah, it's basically about Neuralink. It's interfacing between the mind and computers. That's what it's being marketed as. But these things when they get in the hands of Esau. I say when they get in the hands of Esau. Esau's the ones funding that shit. These elites are the ones that are basically giving these guys the strength to develop these technologies. Why? For the sake of prophecy, man. Like I read, man, that implantable chip in your brain. That's the thing is, if you're, if we've been, because now it's becoming manifest. So if GMS has been talking smack this whole time, are you gonna take that mark then in your head? Huh. AI is only going to get smarter. Neuralink's technology could one day allow humans to go along for the ride, Musk said in an interview on Clubhouse in January. To illustrate the pace of progress in AI, the innovator, who believes that machine intelligence will eventually surpass human intelligence, pointed to the breakthroughs made at research labs like OpenAI, which he co-founded, and DeepMind, a London AI lab that was acquired by Google in 2014. DeepMind has run out of games to win at, basically, said Musk, who's an early investor in the company. People are in effect already cyborgs because they have they have a tertiary digital layer thanks to phones, computers, and applications, according to Musk. With a direct neural interface, we can improve the bandwidth between your cortex and digital tertiary layer by many orders of magnitude, he said. I'd say probably at least 1,000 or maybe 10,000 or more. So yes, it's all, it's marketing. And this is, the what's being sold. But, with these technologies, we know Esau, like I said, it's words of his mouth were smoother than butter, yet were they drawn swords. So that's what this is a thing that's gonna lead to your destruction. Because you go to Revelation 14, it breaks it down. Those that take the mark, they're gonna join on the lake of fire. So that's the thing. If GMS has just been talking smack this whole time, the prophecies, now they're being manifest, then now you're gonna take that, man, because you should already know what the judgment is. But yeah, it's hey, in that time, man. Shalom, shalom.